Oh, bro, we are here on a Sunday after
On this
Elimination
Sunday.
Chamber. Paint to the pit. First things first, we just gonna say to our third member, who's a little under the weather, feel better. We pray you get
I'm
better.
back. Oh,
Um, bro, Elimination Chamber, March 1st, Toronto, Rogers Center. Whoa, bro.
bro, what just happened?
Oh, wait. We got a John Cena heel turn. So just to give the fans the background, but I'm sure they watched as we saw John Cena wins the men's elimination chamber match. So much to get into that match, bro. But just want to start with, bro,
Crazy.
John Cena heel turn. How you feeling about that?
Yo, I don't even know what to think. I'm you know how you know how Rock cut that promo one time. He's like, shut up and just enjoy the ride that the Rock is taking you on. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to shut up. I'm just yo. It's wow, man. That was really cinema style. Like that's everything that we
Bro.
know those guys are capable of. These are why these guys are considered legends, man. Because the stuff they
Yeah.
come up with, the way they draft the story, man, that was cool. That was cool to see.
Yeah, bro. Elite level storytelling. Cause it's kind of funny, bro. Cause I was talking to Chantel and I was like, yo, bro, it'd be crazy if like John Cena just out of nowhere. Cause I couldn't see Cody doing this. So I was like, yo, what if John
Yeah.
Cena out of nowhere just turned heel? And then
Mm-hmm.
like 10 minutes later, it was just like he turned heel. And I love it. I love it from a story standing perspective. This was probably one of my favorite elimination chambers that I watched
Yeah.
in a while. From
Yeah,
start
man.
to finish, everything was elite level storytelling. And when you get to allow the fans to know, like, kind of, or have somewhat of an idea of what's coming next with matches, and it's because of nobody talking, it's just from what we watching. I
Right.
love that, bro. I
Yeah.
love I love being able to see, this where the storyline going. I like this. I like this. But yeah, bro, John Cena turning heel. I knew it had to be something like different for his run. I know always saying it in our text. We about to get an elite level, John Cena heel run. So I want to give O his props in this reaction too, because O did say that in the text. But it was just amazing, bro. Like elite level storytelling. This is the first time I'm interested in a Cody Rhodes feud that has nothing to do
I
with
was thinking
the
that.
with the bloodline, bro. And I know, everybody could argue, hey, Rock's there, so it's bloodline, but I think it's separate. I think it's separate. I don't foresee Roman Reigns getting involved in this feud. I hope not, bro. That's one of my biggest finger
Mhm.
crosses. I hope this just don't end up with somehow Roman Reigns getting back involved, because I think they got something here. And I think you got to start letting certain characters build and grow without who they defeated for the belt. So I love that, bro. Yeah, like John
Yeah.
Cena heel turn.
Yeah.
What you was thinking? You had
Like
something?
like thinking on that because like leading into it, like I truthfully I didn't foresee like it going this way. I knew
Yeah,
that there was an idea of like, okay, we could possibly see something in this realm. I had
yeah,
a feeling John Cena would probably be the winner, but it like I love that the fact that it still felt like a mystery, right? Because it's like, okay, is John Cena
yeah,
last go around? Like, is he really gonna get a title shot? Like he kind of on his way out. There's no
yeah,
point like let's build another guy in this chamber. So I'm like, there's really nobody in this chamber that's like, okay, this is the guy that's gonna
yeah,
be challenging
yeah.
Cody Rhodes. So my assumption was that they were gonna go and then have Cena win, and then have Cody come out and actually accept The Rock's offer. But I
Mm,
assumed that they were gonna tie Roman into this somehow because we just ain't seen Roman in a while
yeah,
since the last Royal Rumble. So I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna bring Roman back and then have them swap where Roman becomes the baby guy, the baby face guy, and then Cody Rhodes takes the heel turn, aligns with The Rock, and then you kind of have the heel Cody run that we've all been talking about in that point.
yeah.
But the way they did it, I can't hate. I can't hate on it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
feeling it.
no, 100%, bro.
Yeah.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I thought, for a second, I thought Cody would accept that offer because
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there'd be way more to his story if he
Yeah.
accepted that
Yeah.
offer as opposed to him not. And then we knew something had to happen because you can't have babyface John Cena versus
Mm-hmm.
babyface Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
at WrestleMania, bro. Like
Just two
if
guys hugging it out.
if John Cena is the original, Cody Rhodes is the duplicate in terms of that particular path of, being a champion and being over and being a baby face. So I couldn't see that happening. That's why I think in the predictions, I think I went Punk because I couldn't see that
Yeah,
happening from
yeah,
that regard. But John Cena turning heel, bro, like for him to go out giving us something that he haven't gave us before, pause, like is just gonna be amazing. This is like theater. This is cinema 101, bro. Hyping us up for these matches. And let's dive into the match a little bit, now that we got the excitement of just
Mhm.
that random part out the way. But let's
I-
get into the match a little bit. What were your thoughts on the match? Obviously, we saw Damian Priest eliminates Drew McIntyre. Drew
mhm,
McIntyre, in frustration, Claymore kicks Damian Priest, which
mhm,
ultimately turns into Logan Paul, pinning Damian Priest after, they jump Logan Paul. CM Punk pins Logan Paul. And then obviously, CM Punk pinned Seth. I believe that's how it went, right? CM Punk
mhm.
pinned Seth Rollins, and then Seth Rollins gets upset and curb stomps CM Punk on the
Yeah.
steel of the Elimination Chamber, paving the way for John Cena to win. My only criticism of that match was I didn't like the finish. I didn't like the
Okay.
John Cena going into the STFU, and it wasn't even a tap. It was just like a feint, like he was just out of it.
Yeah, he just
And I
knocked
don't,
him out.
I
Yeah.
don't think, I don't think that's the move you get that reaction from. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think that's a feint type of move. I think that's more sort of like a tap out type of submission. But besides that, bro, I thought it was a great match, especially going into it knowing Damian, Drew, and
Hmm.
Logan and Seth probably wasn't winning it. Going into an Elimination Chamber match, knowing that you really only got two people that's going to win this
Yeah.
match, and you still put on a great match, I
That
gotta
yeah.
give that. I gotta give that match a plus from all of the spots to the finishing moves to everything. What was your thoughts on the match as a whole?
Yeah. Nah, I feel the same way because, like I said, we WWE fans, you can't really. There's not too much you can get past this these days, right?
Yeah,
We either
for
learn
sure.
something online, we see some news. There's always a speculation, so we kind of always have an idea of how these things are gonna go. But I can definitely give props to WWE because I feel like they're finding ways to kind of nail that unpredictability factor, and
Yeah,
they're really hitting on it. Because, like I said, I it was always a toss up for Cena to win this one, but at the same time, you got four guys that okay, like it's not really their time to be in the spotlight. Either they've had it already or they've just came out of a title run, right?
yeah.
Logan Paul is whatever. To be honest, I don't really like the guy.
Yeah, I did.
I just,
I don't know. I still don't know. Like I don't get what the path is for him. I don't know
yeah,
if it's just the
yeah,
celebrity guy that he does really like Logan Paul in the ring, bro. Like
yeah,
I can't slight
yeah.
Logan Paul in the ring for as much as I know he's a heel and I don't care for the personality and like
Like,
you know. There's
he
there's a
did.
lot of stuff that I understand Logan Paul has to learn and
Mhm.
experience, so I know like the promos probably not going to be
Yeah,
top tier. I know certain things, but Logan Paul in the ring,
ring.
sort of like how Bad Bunny was in the ring, bro. Like these guys are coming on and they're learning it seems like the technical aspects of in the ring
Hmm.
amazingly,
They
bro. Now,
getting it.
of
Yeah.
course, I think promo is the hardest in wrestling, period, bro. Like I think becoming an elite level on the mic promo guy is
Hmm.
not an easy thing to
Yeah,
do
because like you
because
stepping outside of yourself essentially.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
even Logan Paul, a guy who's trash talk on YouTube and made that persona in real life of him being sort of like a heel, even still stepping into the WWE, you still find challenges with it. So
Hmm.
I appreciate, Logan Paul's in the ring ability. I just don't understand what's going on with the character trajectory. But shout
Yeah.
out to him. But
Yeah.
even Seth Rollins, I had a feeling, right? Because when you watching that match, and if you go back and take a look at it, you watch everybody else leave the ring. But when Seth Rollins got pinned, like I know it's hindsight because of the way the match ended, but that was something I was paying attention to as the
Hmm.
match was going on. I'm like, yeah, Seth ain't leave. Like I ain't see Seth leave the ring yet. So maybe there's some more involvement. I feel like WWE is to me is like Kendrick albums or Kendrick moves where you just like, oh, that's what that song mean. Oh,
Right,
so if he
right.
put that song there, that's why that song is there. And if you rewind it, that's why he said that there. That's the same thing with WWE, right? When you've been watching wrestling for so long, like we've been, you
Y'all
just
think it's
look for those
wasted,
little,
bro.
you look for Easter eggs before
Yep,
you look
yep.
for what's
That's
obvious,
the perfect
right?
word for it.
Right? That's just what wrestling fans has
The
become.
perfect
Like you
word for
look
it.
for the Easter eggs before you look for what's
Yeah.
obvious. For most of us, the casuals do just care about the obvious, but the
Yeah.
diehard ones was like,
We
what
looking
that
into
mean?
everything.
What's going on? But yeah, all in all, a great match. I think if we want to do the grading scale, I give that match a solid A minus. I give it an
Yeah.
A minus only because I didn't care for the finish. I think John Cena pinning CM Punk clean probably would have been, well, it wasn't clean because Seth interfered, but John Cena pinning CM Punk or CM Punk ultimately tap into that move, maybe. I just ain't care for the finish from John. But what would you give that match if you had to rate it from
Yeah, I'm in the. I would say I'm in like the same ballpark. I would say like A minus, like on the low end, like B plus, A minus. Yeah, because I feel like with this match, you kind of see like it was almost like nothing. Everything had a reason, right? The
yeah,
way that
for
people were
sure.
pinned, the finish, who got eliminated by who, and then we see Seth Rollins do the head stomp to CM Punk, and he's outside
Yep.
the cage like die,
For
die.
sure.
So we already see what they're alluding to with that, with them two guys. But then you
100%.
fast forward to Cena, who he sees CM Punk is completely out of it.
Yeah.
A babyface Cena wouldn't have done that back in the day. He
Yeah.
yanked that guy off the road and was like, I'm going for the kill, and he took
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
That's the little foreshadow. Like you said, the little things
Yeah.
you gotta pick up
Yeah.
and see.
Them Easter eggs that
That's
you're
it,
watching.
yeah.
But yeah, nah, for sure. A minus for that men's Royal Rumble match. I think, moving forward, we kind of see where feuds are gonna go.
Mhm.
Looks like we're gonna get a Drew and Damian Priest feud.
Yeah,
And I think they
ready
got,
for that.
ground level work of Damian cashing in on Drew last WrestleMania. So
Hmm.
I think they got the ground level work for that feud. Obviously, I think you're gonna see CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I think that's clear as day gonna
Yeah.
happen. Maybe some type of Roman involvement in that. I may not be too mad at, given his history kind of with Paul Heyman and obviously Seth and CM Punk and Paul owing him the favor. We can't keep forgetting about this favor. That favor is coming
The
before
favor,
this
yeah.
WrestleMania season. So that, and obviously you got John and Cody fighting for the belt with the heel turn. But moving on to the women's elimination chamber, who I felt did a great job of
Yeah.
storytelling and also pushing their narratives forward. Obviously, the big splash is Jade Cargill coming out at the
Mm,
start of the bell.
crazy.
Shout out to Liv Morgan, who was selling it well, like she was going to be the one to get beat up. And
Yeah.
then, boy, she beat the hell out of Naomi, bro. She
Yo.
beat the dog poo out of
That was
Naomi.
cinema, I'm not gonna lie.
It was cinema, and it was amazing. And what was amazing about it, bro? Because I watched this from the start. What was amazing and my favorite part about it all, Jay didn't make eye contact with Bianca the entire time, and
Mm,
that matters.
I didn't even peep that.
I
I didn't
peeped
even
that.
peep that.
If you go back and watch that match,
Yeah.
the entire time there was no type of interaction
Right.
with Jade and Bianca. Jade ain't look her way. She didn't taunt her. She didn't say she's the one that did it. Jade just locked her eyes on Naomi the entire time
Went for the kill.
and beat on her the entire time and left without talking or saying anything to anybody else.
Yep.
And to me, that's elite level storytelling, because I don't need you to interact with nobody else, because now you're giving away some more of the story. Just give me
Right.
this part of the story, do your job, get on up out of there. And Jade, A plus plus for the return, for the look, for how she dominated, and just for how she left. I love that, bro. Because sometimes I feel like things are overdone in matches,
Right.
especially after somebody beat the hell out of somebody else. They come back and do another frog splash, or come
Yeah.
back and do like, bro, job
I
done.
allow Bronson Reed.
Yeah, job done, bro. Job done. No, don't get me wrong, bro. When you got the stadium cheering one more time, I think you got to give the fans what they
Right,
want in that
right,
moment.
right, right, right.
But
You gotta
when
execute.
they ain't fiending for the one more time, just you did your job. Get up
Hmm.
out of there. So I thought the match was great. I did Love the storytelling aspect of Bianca having to go through the challenges of what she just saw and still winning that match, right? Bro,
Mhm.
I like that. That's all storytelling to me. I think we're on our way for Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan kind of little
Ooh.
clash, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward. I didn't think I would feel that way, but if that's where they're going, I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be great. How you feeling about the match, bro? Jade coming back, Bianca winning.
And
What you feeling about it? And before you go, I will say, Bianca versus Rhea Rip. I don't know why they keep advertising Io Sky. I know Io Sky probably has the night one match,
I
right?
saw that. I was
Against
like,
yeah,
all
Io
right.
Sky not winning that match, bro. I can't see that. So like yeah, so it seems like it's gonna be Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania. But yeah, how you feeling about everything?
Yeah, I no, I did like how they set it up. I just my only thing with that is, and now I'm gonna ask you this question too, because like, do you feel like where they put that spot for the Jade thing, for the Jade attack? Do you feel like that was too early, or do you feel like that should have came in later on? Because I know you mentioned like, okay, this gave Bianca a good build up, and it allowed her to kind of like gave her that little perseverance sort of trait to her character, right? She just watched her best friend get annihilated, taken out the match. Now it's only is one less person in the match. She
Yeah,
got to fight all these people. I think she came in what? She came in like third or second. I
yes,
mean,
I
not
think she
second.
came.
Third or
Yeah,
fourth.
she came in third. I think she
Third.
came in
Yeah.
right after that situation
She had to
happened.
battle everybody, and she comes out on top finally. And now she's going to WrestleMania, and it's like you could celebrate, but not really. And then she even did like the press conference after everything ended, after the Cena went off the air and everything. She made an appearance, and she was basically saying like that to that too. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna celebrate for now," but obviously she was like, "I didn't even get to see Naomi because she got attacked, so she was gone. Jay wasn't even anywhere in the building, so she ain't talking to me." I was like, "Oh, they're really like
Yeah,
building this." But my thing is like, I don't know. I like how they executed it. I think for someone like Jade Cargill, let me just say that first and foremost, for someone like Jade Cargill, who a lot of fans have always been on the fence about her when it comes to like in ring work and execution and botches, I felt like she did, like you said, A plus
yeah.
plus. I
A
think
plus
she did
plus for sure.
everything perfect. And for someone who's gotten that sort of criticism in the past to come out and just elite with
Yeah,
everything on point,
100%, bro.
perfectly executed. But
100%.
yeah, it just I don't know, like I just don't know if I would have had that lead off the match. But I can understand why you need something like that. Because again,
Yeah,
like someone like Naomi probably wasn't gonna win. There was a couple people we knew like, all right, they're just not gonna get this title opportunity. So what do we do
yeah,
with that character? How do you make it, exciting for the fans and not just clean pins and all right, I'm going to WrestleMania, yay. I
yeah.
just
Nah, for
yeah,
sure,
but so what
for
my
sure.
initial question is like, what do you think that they should have moved that spot to a later in the match, or do you feel like having it early is the perfect way to go about it?
I think having it early because that match started off the show and that moment set off the tone of the show. So I
Mm,
think looking from it from that perspective, it makes sense. Like that moment set the tone off. You gotta remember anything
that's true.
before that was just the entrances, right?
Right.
And that moment set the tone for the show. And I think the show held that standard throughout. So I
Mm,
think I still would have done it in that spot, right? Because obviously we know Naomi wasn't winning that match. So
right.
having that spot happen at the end and costing her the match would have just been like, okay, we knew she wasn't winning anyway,
That's true.
right? So having her come out at the beginning after you ran the storyline that it could have been Liv and Raquel, although Liv and Raquel's been they said in the episode of Raw that they didn't do it, but having that so where like everybody's confused, we thinking we're about to start a match and then boom, a seventh entrance. So I think it was perfect. I don't think you could place it anywhere else because I think it lessens the severity of the moment. You put it anywhere else.
Mm,
Only kind of thing where I felt like it could go, but again, I also felt like it would have gave too much away for the storyline. Like if Bianca and Naomi were the final two.
okay, and then have her do the okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
So
yeah.
I could see that probably would have made for a bigger buzz,
Hmm.
but I think Bianca pinning Naomi after Jade beats her up is a bad look.
It would have looked, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Setting
so
up the
I see why
story would
they
have
do
looked,
that.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know which else way they could have done that. But keeping along those veins, how you would have like booked that if you had to do something
Yeah, that's the
alternate.
part I was thinking about. I'm like, it just it's tough because like I said, it was executed well. It just I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking. I'm just
Yeah,
like
yeah, no,
thinking
no, for
about
sure, for sure. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
like
That's what we
thinking about the
pod for.
timing.
We pod to nitpick and
Yeah.
expand topics. So, bro, that's what we here for.
Yeah, man. I guess I just look at it as like because my thought process was that potentially I'm thinking because like you said, right, she didn't lock eyes with Bianca the whole time.
Yeah.
So my assumption leading into this is that it's got something to do with Bianca and that Naomi's not the
Okay.
sole, like maybe Bianca made the call and was like, all right, Naomi, go do this. Because I think when that happened, Bianca was in mid match, right? She was in the
What?
match, and then when Jay got attacked, I
Yeah,
think
she was mid
Bianca was
match.
mid match, and then she found out, and then she left, and then they lost,
Yeah,
ended up losing. Okay, yeah. So it's probably something like that because, like you said, Jay never locked, just came in and did work,
yeah.
left Bianca locked in the pod. So, yeah, it's. I feel like there's a lot of ways you could have went with that. But like I said, it was executed perfectly. I just think that if it came later in the match, we would have a little more inkling of where the story is going. But
Yeah.
that's to say that's probably what the point is. It's
That's
like
what they wanted. Yeah.
you want to drag something like this out. Like you
Yeah.
want people to be like, all right, like damn, WrestleMania about to be popping.
No, no, for sure, for sure. I just do feel like it was a great match. Shout out to Bianca Belair because again, superstar. Her and Rhea
Yeah.
Ripley is that next generation after those four horsewomen, right? So to see Rhea still doing her thing, see Bianca still doing her thing, to see them continue to elevate the women's wrestling game and all of the women, right? But specifically those two because we're highlighting those two at this point, and they're gonna fight at Mania. I'm super excited about that. And there's a story there, right? They came up in NXT together. Like there's stories to
Yeah.
all of these matches that we're about to see, right? And that's what I appreciate. Moving on to stories and great matches, and bro, I don't care what nobody say, bro. So far, 2025, and it's gonna be hard for me to see a match that's beating this 2025 match of the year is Elimination Chamber, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn,
Yo,
bro.
yo,
That
yo.
was by far one of the best. I had to rewatch the match earlier before we got on the pod today. I was on Peacock at like 7:30 in the morning, just rewatching that match, bro, because that match was so great. And once I knew it was an unsanctioned match, I was like, oh, this is just gonna be so good, bro. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens,
Them dudes are
great,
fucking
bro.
nice, bro.
Bro, those guys are great. Kevin Owens is the most in shape fat dude I've ever seen in my life, bro. Like I don't know what that is, bro. That's God given genetics. Kevin Owens just seemed like he's
That's
never
athleticism.
gassed, but he doesn't look like he's in shape, bro. Shout out to
Peak
Kevin Owens and
athleticism.
Sami Zayn, bro. Like, bro, oh those
Yeah.
guys. I like
They
that
was
match
on
left me
Twitter calling
speechless,
him a top
bro.
10 fat guy ever. I was like, yeah,
Bro,
y'all kind of right.
bro. Kevin Owens, bro. And that's why, you know, those it sucks when guys like seem like they do so much better in that position of
Mhm.
heel putting people over than they are as a champion because those type of guys you do want to see in that peak position. But
Yeah.
some guys, their elite level skill is being that elite level heel matchmaker and putting on great match and getting people over. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I don't know who does it better. Obviously, you could put
Mhm.
Seth Rollins in there, but those guys put on a show, bro. From the moments to the spots, like I don't even know where to start from what they was trying to do to each other in that match, bro. But match of the year, bro. And shout out to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It's gonna be interesting for me to see what Sami Zayn's storyline is moving forward from this. Maybe he'll take some time off and return at Mania or something like that. Because obviously, at the end of that match, before Kevin Owens was really trying to put Sami Zayn away. We saw the return of the Viper,
Mhm.
the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. So kind of lets me know where we're going towards Mania, right? And I think the only match that could potentially be better than a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is probably a Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, bro. Like you're talking about elite level storytellers and Sami Zayn is too, but you're talking about Randy Orton who coming from the Triple H and Ric Flair tree of understanding how to put, and obviously his father, obviously I think he's third generation, so
Third
but
generation. Yeah.
putting on a match where, or just showing up in everything, no wasted movements, bro.
Yo, for
No
real.
wasted
For
movements.
real.
Randy Orton
For
come
real.
out like he looks, he takes off his vest, crowd gets hyped. He looks, crowd's like, there's never any, and then Kevin Owens is there looking like a champion, but you know
Yo,
he just
you
got
saw him
battered and
crying too?
he's crying and he's like, it felt like it was like, damn, he's overwhelmed now.
Yeah.
It was a Cody friendship. It was the Sammy friendship. Now it's the Randy friendship. And Sammy's just in the ring like, come on, bring it. Like, come on, like welcoming it, bro. Like just elite level storytelling. What was your thoughts on it all, bro? From the match, the storytelling, Randy Orton returning, everything.
Perfectly executed. Now I do have one criticism which I'm gonna save to the end of what I want to say, but just yeah, the match as a whole, I think it was it was great. It was everything I could have hoped for, because it's like when you hear matches like this, unsanctioned, no DQ, no holds bar, whatever you want to call it, you know, like you always feel like it's gonna stick to like the new WWE way, which is just like we just gonna, you know, beat each other up a little bit, maybe fight in the crowd, maybe use one chair, or maybe use like some part of the announcers table, and then that's it, right? They was like, nah, we taking it to the point where the crowd was chanting ECW. I don't know if you remember that, bro, but they was
Yeah,
going
yeah,
nuts.
yeah,
When he
bro.
brought the barbed wire chair, ECW.
Bro.
I was like,
Yes.
okay, okay.
Yes.
So now we going back to that style, you know, and who better for it to be than these two
Than
guys?
him.
They
Than
they
him.
they practically
Exactly.
brothers in real life. They know each other. The
And they in
in-ring
Canada.
chemistry, right. The in-ring
Yeah.
chemistry, like, yo, like I remember, what was it when it was on the top rope, they had set the double tables up, and then
Yeah.
Kevin Owens tossed Sami Zayn over his shoulder, and he did a like a sunset flip perfectly into the. I'm like, yo, if that was me, I would have fell
Yeah.
flat on my face and died.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
100%, bro.
But
100%, bro. Amazing.
yeah, man, and it was even to a point where it's like the finish didn't even matter, right? Because like Kevin
Yeah.
Owens ended up winning, but it's like, yo, like this was just great storytelling. Now,
Yeah.
to my criticism, my only criticism was that, and this is just me from just a fan point and like just what I would want to see for WrestleMania. I had wished that this match would have been the WrestleMania match, because I feel like I knew they was going to put on such a great performance. I'm like, these two guys is like, the in-ring chemistry is off the charts, so you know you're going to get a banger no matter what. I
Yeah.
just would have appreciated if it was like a WrestleMania moment, just because of, okay, like the history. They won the tag titles together versus the Usos. They had that WrestleMania moment. Now they could create another one. I probably would have swapped these roles a little bit and had Randy versus Kevin, and then Sami Zayn be the guy coming out. You know, he takes the fall from the power driver. He's out for a little
Yeah.
bit, but then sub in Randy, have them duke it out, and then Sami Zayn come in, and now it's like, oh shit, we about to get them at WrestleMania. Like, these guys supposed to be brothers. But
Yeah.
I can appreciate, okay, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, they both from Canada. You need this match for this event.
Yeah.
So I could
No, for sure.
understand that part, but I would have liked, just as a dream match, that would have been my pick for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would have been fire for sure. I just don't know if, like, did you have the room to give him a spot on the WrestleMania card with the duration
Right.
you gave him this match for?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the key. Like, this match was damn near as long as the Elimination Chamber matches.
Right.
Right, bro? And you're talking about 6 participants in those. So I just don't think, I think this one was for us. This one was for the wrestling purist fans. It was for that hometown or that home country in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're from Toronto, but that home country of Canada for them, right? I don't think you could have gave them that spot on the WrestleMania card and gave them 30 plus minutes to you
to
know,
do. Yeah,
get that
Okay.
story off, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's tough. I think, and I think we've had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn before in matches. I don't think this was their first match together in WWE. I'm
Mhm.
sure it wasn't their first match together, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would have worked there. I would have loved to see it though. So
Right.
I just hope this is not moving towards a triple threat match, because like my reservations about this storyline gives me Sami Zayn not at Mania. I don't see that
That's true.
happening.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I said, maybe he comes back in a return capacity and help Randy get over, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Or
Mhm.
maybe he comes back and turns heel. I don't know, but I just can't see Sami Zayn not in the storyline for
Especially
WrestleMania.
with all he's been doing so far, like the year he's had. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, for sure. And lastly, but certainly not least, we did see Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton.
The
They
hometown.
defeated Nia Jax and Candice LeRae in a tag team match. What was your thoughts about that match, and the
Um,
storylines moving forward, things of that nature?
I certainly felt like it was a throwaway match. Like I said, like you needed that match just for the event. I think that was just purely just like hometown thing. Like these people,
Yeah,
Stratus from Canada. It's true. I don't think Tiffany Stratus from Canada. I think she's from Minnesota. All that to
yeah.
say, like
Trish is from Canada, I
yeah,
believe. I don't think
yeah,
Tiffany Stratton is though.
yeah. So yeah, I just think you needed Trish there. I think you just needed that match to happen just as like a crowd thing, just to put them over, have them flirt with the crowd, whatever. But I don't know, like it's a little weird knowing that this is I think the last live event before WrestleMania, right? Like there's
Yeah, the
nothing.
premium live event.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I felt like they should have did more with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte because that's the impending match that's coming up.
yeah,
So it's like to have Charlotte not really be involved that much or at
yeah,
all, it's like, like
for sure.
so I understand why you need the match, but it just sucks that Tiffany wasn't given an opportunity to kind of grow her storyline, which it seems like they're doing everything to kind of make this the match, right? Like they have Charlotte come out on SmackDown and like sit around her and be at the announcers table. So I don't know. It's just weird that they didn't do nothing with that. But that's pretty much my take on it.
Yeah, I think this is setting up for one of those prime Trish Stratus heel turns again. If that's not what this is, if that's not what the ultimate end goal is, which I still don't care for, but if that's not the end goal, then I felt like this is all just a waste of time. I think Trish Stratus at some point going to turn on Tiffany Stratton and side with Charlotte Flair for whatever those reasons are. But I think that's the storyline, because I agree with you, bro. Like for Tiffany Stratton to be in matches, and we already know what her WrestleMania match is,
Yeah,
it has to be one of two things. Like you said, one, just a throwaway, but it's like having throwaway matches with your WWE Women's Champion is nasty. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
at a premium live
Fan
event is
service is
disgusting.
crazy.
So I pray that wasn't a throwaway match, because you can't devalue your champion like that. But if it isn't, I think that makes for a quality, interesting storyline with Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus somehow involved in Charlotte. Again, I felt it was a throwaway match, but again, everything else from this Elimination Chamber seemed to build on storylines moving forward. So I just gotta feel like this was a part of a storyline move that we'll see moving forward. But I do give the event overall, bro. I felt like this was one of my favorite Elimination Chambers in a
Yeah,
while, and more so specifically, if you would have told me 2-3 months ago, or even last year, that an Elimination Chamber is going to be an A+ event leading up to WrestleMania, and you're not going to have any Bloodline members
yo,
involved, you're not going to have Charlotte Flair involved, and obviously by any Bloodline members, I'm including Jay Uso, who's the most over now. Like, you couldn't have told me Jacob Fatu and Solo and Roman and
yeah,
Jay and Jimmy and Charlotte Flair, all of these people that and Rhea Ripley really too, because Rhea Ripley just came out at the end for the stare down, but she really wasn't a part of the event either. So if
mhm,
you was going to tell me all of those people weren't going to be a part of an event, and I was going to come out saying this event was A+, I probably would have laughed at you. But again, this is another opportunity to give a shout out to Triple H and that writing staff and that writing team, because again, my biggest criticism was like, bro, you got to keep me entertained well past the bloodline, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep
Mm-hmm.
me intrigued
Patty, yeah.
past Roman. You got to make me go, oh, damn, it's been 6 months since Roman been there. That's what I want, bro. Like that, I don't want to go, damn, like when,
Yeah.
what's Roman going to do in this storyline too? You know what I mean? So I thought the event was great. I thought, a plus. I wouldn't say A event. I won't give it an A plus. I'll give it an A event or A minus A plus, somewhere in that range. I did watch the WWE post
Oh, the
Elimination
conference,
Chamber
yeah.
show after.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was great. John Cena just coming out and doing the mic drop and dipping. Like that, again, beautiful. Can't, but before I go, bro, because that's my guy, The Rock. He's on my Mount Rushmore.
The final
But I,
boss.
I do feel like sometimes there's just like too much information given, too much behind the scenes given. Like, obviously, us wrestling
Yeah.
fans, we aren't dumb. We understand it's scripted. We understand you guys plan this stuff 6 months, probably a year, probably 2 years in advance, although, taking injuries into consideration, right? We understand that. We understand these guys probably all love each other behind the scenes. Probably maybe one or two people don't get along. Everybody cool. We get that.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep letting us know that. You're trying to tell us a story, bro. Like you're trying to tell us a story, and obviously the Rock is on my Mount Rushmore. So I keep saying that to let people, like, the criticism is coming from somebody who I have on my Mount Rushmore. Like, that's
Mm-hmm.
how highly I think of him. But I just felt like it's just too much over talking.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could come out like being corporate Rock and being character Rock at the same time. It's just like a conflict to me.
Yeah, it feels weird.
Like, pick one. You know what I
Like
mean?
he was
Like,
angry, and then he was like, "Okay, I answer the
yeah,
question, guys." Like, all right.
yeah. After you have a crazy John Cena heel
Yeah.
turn that you executed, you in the post show talking calm and cool and collected,
Mm-hmm.
like you wasn't just a part of that. You know what
Praising
I mean?
Cody and
And
everybody.
and and that's where, like, I start losing a certain level of enthusiasm for the
Mm-hmm.
final boss character because of what Dwayne Johnson is doing in terms of his talking. Like, again, my Mount Rushmore. When we started this pod and we did our Mount Rushmores, Rock was on it for me. But I just think certain things he's just doing as the corporate guy is
Mm-hmm.
just a little too much. But I would love to hear your thoughts on that as well. I know we talk about it in the text and sometimes in the group chat a lot. Like,
Yeah.
yo, doing too much. We said this last week with his entrance.
Yeah.
Doing too
Yeah.
much, bro. You just doing
Right.
too much. It,
Yeah, because he keep flirting with, like, like in the ring he's final
yeah,
boss Rock. Outside the ring he TKO Rock, and we're like, okay, like, I respect, you kind of are at this point like the spokesperson for TKO, and obviously on the board, so you're the big
yeah,
boss, and you make most of the major financial company decisions, or you at least help in that aspect. So of course, he's gonna come out and sell you the entertainment side of the product, remind you, like, okay, like, this is, we work so hard for this, and he's talking about John Cena being such a great actor, and being able to do whatever he wants, and his retirement run, and
yeah,
he's playing onto what the reporters want to hear. I get that
yeah,
part, but no, I agree to that aspect where I do feel like, if you wanna sell it, like, okay, if this is, we know it's all scripted, we know, this is all one big act, and they're trying to tell us a story, and make it so, right? So it's like, okay, we know that, but we still, as fans, want to be sold that experience. So you can't just go straight to TKO Rock at the press conference.
yeah.
It's like,
One
if
hundred
you're gonna
percent.
take Cody, the Cody belt, and it's all bloody, and it's got the Dusty
Yeah,
Rhodes date on it, and you're gonna slap that on the table, you gotta give us Final Boss Rock, like,
yeah.
for
One
us
hundred
that,
percent.
yeah, like, bring us into WrestleMania, especially, right, because John Cena don't even appear on TV. Rock don't even appear on TV. This is
Exactly,
like his first appearance in, like, what,
bro.
weeks? He came on
Bro.
SmackDown, what, one time, and before that it was like 6 months or something like that. So it's like, if we're
Yeah,
not
like
gonna see you, you gotta sell us something. Like, make us.
it's It's like killing the storylines, and like I don't know if fans are a wide margin of fans share this sentiment. I did see the sentiment shared across a few platforms that I did watch. Like I watched the Busted Open podcast with I think his name Vince Russo and Bubba Ray and Mark Henry, and they was talking about like The Rock just being overly transparent and stuff. I just seen like a lot of different people talking about it, and for me, I just felt like imagine after last night, John Cena would have came into that press conference with the same monotoned, humble tone he's had like after the Royal Rumble and previous and said, yeah, I do have a lot of respect for Cody Rhodes, but you'd have been like, it'd have killed the moment.
Like, what are we doing?
It would have killed the moment. Him walking in, sitting down, picking up the mic, dropping it, and leaving, cinema, bro. That's my thing. Like, if you're going, like, my thing is this. I think this is the best way I could put it from my perspective. If you came into Elimination Chamber being corporate Rock, I'm cool with corporate Rock at the press conference. You came into the Elimination Chamber as your final boss character. So in the press conference, it should be the final boss character. We got Triple H to tell us the things you told us. That's what we got Triple H for.
True.
That's what Triple H comes out and lets us know the importance of storytelling, lets us know how great Cody has been, lets us know how amazing of an actor. That's Triple H's role. Like, so why is Rock doing that?
Which is interesting because didn't do you remember when he attacked Cody initially before Cody won the belt at WrestleMania? He was like beating him in the street and it was raining, whatever. Didn't he do a press conference and maintain the final boss? I feel like he did that.
I think so.
The final boss character.
That sounds familiar.
Like, where'd that go?
but like I remember reading somewhere where it's like the Rock do have to make a certain amount of appearances, but I think just making it make sense when he appeared. Bro, it's no reason The Rock was at a press conference yesterday, bro.
100% agree.
It's no reason. And like, you're going to have people from the business side that say, hey, this is why he was here. And cool, if that's going to be your argument, I can't argue with you, right? But if we're talking from a wrestling storytelling perspective, storyline perspective, making it make sense perspective, I don't think The Rock should have been there, bro. It was just a waste of time. You just made probably, with respect to maybe Hulk Hogan, you just made the biggest baby face of all time turn heel. Or you was a part of that storyline of the biggest baby face. Again, with respect to Hulk Hogan, but I think John Cena's probably right there. If not there, he's number 2 in terms of biggest baby faces.
Right.
See, Stone Cold was like, I never viewed Stone Cold as a baby face. I just viewed Stone Cold as over. He was over, but I didn't view him
on that line.
I never viewed him as he did a lot of heel things, So I never viewed Stone Cold as babyface. So if you're gonna put Stone Cold in there, then different conversation. But I think Hulk Hogan and John Cena are 1 and 1A in terms of babyface. So babyface going over, then you say, I'm gonna come out here and just talk to you guys.
Friendly Rock. I'm here.
Yeah. And then I think somebody asked him, like, paraphrasing, but like I think somebody asked him what are the dynamics of the final boss character, and I'm paraphrasing the question, but he was just like, sometimes the final boss can come out and do what he did against Cody. Sometimes the final boss will be singing. Sometimes the final, but no. I think the better question is what is the distinction between Dwayne Johnson, the TKO member, and the final boss? That's what I would have asked, because I feel like too often we're getting both versions in one in the same event, and it doesn't make sense. Imagine Triple H just had a WrestleMania match, that WrestleMania match he had with Undertaker, and he came out to the post presser after and was like, 38,322 in attendance tonight, largest. You're like, what?
We don't want to hear that.
Talk about that match. I don't need corporate now. So that's just from the diehard fan in me, and that's from somebody who I have on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling. But
% agree, bro.
Overall, bro, A-. We got Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Any more thoughts? Anything you want to add in terms of Elimination Chambers, storylines? I know I went on a long rant about The Rock there, so.
No. I think that was definitely something we needed to touch on, because it just goes back to, like we said, like we want to be sold that experience, right? Like
Yeah.
we know that going into WrestleMania, not that the storylines don't matter, but every storyline is for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Meaning it's like a one-shot deal, right? You're going to set up something. You want to create the most amazing plot point that you can. You want to create the most amazing title win that you can, like a la Jey Uso, right? Like when
Yeah.
it comes to Jey Uso, we know when we get to WrestleMania and he's obviously going to win, that shit's going to be crazy. We know a moment
100%.
like that is coming. So for everything else, we want to be sold on that too, right? Like we know we're gonna
Yeah.
be able to. Yeah, he's probably gonna jump into the crowd and go crazy. But now it's like, okay, what do you do with the other 10 to 15 matches, night one and night two? And I think Triple H mentioned this too. Like, I feel like he's so funny to me because whenever he answers questions, he always tries to teeter on like, oh, we don't really know, like we're gonna take this. Like he tries to
Yeah.
play that field. So he's like,
As he should, right?
yeah.
Like he, he's
he
the
was
head of
like,
talent. Like
he was
as
like,
he should.
when it comes to like the main event, we try to take a step back and not just give anybody the main event. He's like, it helps our wrestlers basically fight and work harder to earn that spot. He's like, it's got to be
Yeah, for
earned. It's
sure.
not just going to be, okay, women night one, men night two. I'm like, okay, I respect that, but I'm like, sell us the story, bro. Like,
Sell
you
us the
gotta sell
story,
sell
bro.
us these matches. So that's all I hope for. Just going into post Elimination Chamber, into Monday, into next Friday, and then all the way up for the next month and a half. Just please sell us these stories. Don't just give us oh, this is my best friend. I love working with this guy. Like, say some bullshit. Like, the
Yeah,
same way that Cody was like last night, go fuck yourself. Like, give us more of that. We want to see the
yeah,
theatrics of it all. If this is
yeah,
if this is supposed to be cinema, give us more cinema.
yep. 100%. Like even with the Bianca thing, right? Like
Yeah,
having her do a presser after that just didn't make
yeah,
sense. Now
yeah.
what they should have did was have Rhea Ripley do it. I
Ooh.
would have sent Rhea Ripley out there to field questions about who her WrestleMania opponent, because to me that would have made more sense. Like,
Mhm,
sell me on the emotional trauma that match took out of Bianca Belair, because she was selling it to me in the match.
mhm, mhm.
So if it's really that trauma, she's not showing up to no presser.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I say
She was
teeter the
completely
line a little bit more.
unfazed.
You know,
Yeah,
teeter the
yeah.
line a little bit more. Like,
Mhm,
be creative in how you do these things. You showed Rhea Ripley there, so the fact that you showed her there, give her a presser. Give her
mhm.
some time. Like, she did nothing else on this Elimination Chamber build up. So give her that time in the presser. Hey, your WrestleMania opponent is Bianca Belair. How you feeling about that? Telling me how you feel about the storyline and how you think that may play into your WrestleMania match. And then, she can start hyping up the match with Io Sky first. Well, first I gotta beat Io Sky, and then like
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. Bianca and I are good friends. So she could have used that press conference to set the stage, right?
Right. So, yep.
Set the
Mhm,
stage.
mhm.
The setting the stage don't always got to come from the person who won or lost the match that night.
Yeah. Or
So
Triple H.
yeah, you know what I mean. So or the Rock, right?
The TKO guys.
I love you, Rock. I think
Get
I
up,
know
Rock.
Rock probably in tune with all that. I love you, Rock. You my Mount Rushmore, but come on, man. You the final boss. I was hyped. You came out with Travis Scott, and then you in the presser like, yeah, all of our men and women did a great job tonight. No, no.
Don't talk
I
about
know they did great. I watched it.
yeah.
I watched it. I know they did great. Tell
Say
them in the
some
back
evil
that they
shit.
did great. Triple H going to say that they did great. I
Uh-huh.
don't need you to, man.
Like, be evil, bro. It's okay.
Come on, like for real. Like, what are you worried about? Like, people still gonna buy your movies, bro. Like, I'm still gonna go see all of the Rock
We still
movies.
love The
Yeah,
Rock no
we
matter what.
still let it rock. I think there's some concern of like losing people in reality in real life, maybe losing some fans
Yeah,
because it's too
probably.
brash. Maybe that's what it is. Because I understand branding is everything,
Hmm.
so maybe that's what it is. But damn, bro,
Yeah. Nah,
still
for
a
sure.
Rock, bro. Think sometimes people forget who they are. Like, you the Rock, bro. You ain't gotta do that.
Be that
You're the
guy.
Rock. You're that guy. Like Travis Scott said to him in the entrance, you know who the F you are. Like he said that to him when they was walking out. Like, yo, you the Rock.
Facts.
Chill. Chill, my God. Like, legend. My Mount Rushmore. On my Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Chill, bro. You're doing too much. Too much talking. Too much talking. We know who you are.
All right,
We know
we
who
know
you
what
are.
you is, bro.
But Elimination Chamber, great on the road to WrestleMania.
Amazing.
WrestleMania is Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. So about 6 weeks away. So it's going to be a fun month and a half. Great Elimination Chamber. Jay, it was great getting on here, chopping it up with you.
Man, as
And
always, bro.
feel better. We know you're going to check this out. Oh, couldn't make it with us today. A little under the weather. You're sick. So feel better, bro.
For
Paint
sure.
to the pit, Elimination Chamber. We'll see y'all next time. Yeet.